So good evening everyone and welcome to JBI's 25th anniversary celebration. I'm sure that all of you think you've been invited here tonight to celebrate an organisation, JBI, but that's not entirely correct. They say it doesn't matter where you go but who you go there with, and so tonight is, I believe, a celebration of people. The extraordinary people who conceived of this brilliant organisation and those who brought it to life. The people who held on to the hope of what we could become, the people who tried and failed and tried again, the people who continue to awaken and breathe life into the dream that was first imagined 25 years ago. I've been a part of JBI for 21 of those 25 years. In that time, I have had some of the most rewarding, challenging, heart-swelling, magical moments of my life, and I've shared them with people who have become almost like a second family to me. I've belly laughed, I've cried, I have felt the acute stress associated with trying to do things differently, to challenge the status quo, and I have been in absolute awe of what can be achieved when a group of people move together towards a common goal. Our founding executive director, Emeritus Professor Pearson, is here tonight at the very back of the room, and it is the awakening of his dream that has brought us all here tonight. And so first and foremost, I want to thank him for his daring and his determination and for illuminating the path that the rest of us are now following. Almost every member of the JBI executive team today worked for you or with you. We learned from you, we were inspired by you, and we have remained committed to fulfilling the vision you set out all those years ago. There are so many people to thank, so many people who have been part of this incredible journey and who have brought us to this point today. Staff, advisors, supporters, students, collaborators, partners. Every person in this room has been connected to JBI and contributed to our success at some point in time. Dropping your own pebble, creating your own ripple effect in our global organisation. I don't want to start name dropping or I would need to read the entire guest list, but you have all been so very important to us. The current JBI team are also dotted around this room, and no one works harder or is more dedicated than they are. But I'd like to invite the current JBI executive team to come and stand here with me this evening, please. They are formidable as a team. They are diverse in their thinking and perspectives, intelligent, aspirational, courageous, bold, relentlessly determined, and just some of the best humans I have had the pleasure of knowing. What a privilege it is to work with these people every single day. We are about to show you a short video that we have put together to celebrate JBI on this, our 25th anniversary. It's a video about hope and the role it has played and continues to play in evolving our organisation. But along with hope, belief and persistence are all powerful. The power of belief resides in its ability to do four things. It creates vision, it creates strength of will, it creates resilience, and it ignites and activates. It is a force multiplier. Persistence is equally powerful. As Calvin Coolidge aptly summed up, nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Not talent, not genius, not education. Persistence and determination alone, he says, are omnipotent. Endurance is not easy. Meaningful endurance is even harder. For an organisation to endure over 25 years and to remain as relevant today as it was at its founding is quite a feat. To be more relevant and more valuable today is an honour that goes to few. This organisation that seeks to promote and support evidence-based healthcare was founded, I believe, on hope, belief and persistence, and it remains the pervasive driving force that runs deep throughout our global organisation today. Through our people here in Adelaide and around the world, the people we are celebrating tonight, the people who make it possible for me to stand before you and who make it possible for us to continue to gallantly strive towards our vision and mission. The people who have made it possible for us to endure. Now, we're not quite done. We have a special welcome to Emeritus Professor Alan Pearson, our founder and former Executive Director. My predecessor, my colleague at one point, my boss, my mentor and a very dear friend. Please make him very welcome.
Well, Zoe and the JBI team, I'm so grateful to have been invited tonight to celebrate 25 years. As always, superb audio-visual presentation, beautifully presented and scripted. It's wonderful to have a look at JBI now. I've been retired 8 years now. How on earth you've managed for 8 years, I don't know. But you seem to. And it's just great to see how it's still, JBI as a group still continues to be strong, to grow, and most importantly, to be innovative. I remember when I worked with you all, I used to always be urging every year we must have something different. How will people want to be part of us and purchase our products if we're not giving them something new? And sometimes that would be greeted by groans, but generally people would go along with that. And I see you're still doing the same. I'm very impressed with what's happened with Summary. And I haven't yet had a look at Paces, but Summary certainly very impressive. It's amazing what's now happening with what was originally the Clinical Fellows Programme, which started off with a little proposal written on the back of an envelope in a plane to Canberra, the Clinical Fellows Programme. Now you've got people all over the world, some in the most difficult, deprived countries, doing amazing implementation projects that we would love to see in our hospital here in Adelaide. Against all the odds, they managed to do it. So I'm just so pleased that you've reached 25. I'm quite confident that you'll reach your 50th, and I'm equally as confident that I won't be here to celebrate. But just keep doing what you're doing and be committed, love what you're doing, and be happy. So thank you very much for inviting me along, and I'm very proud, especially when I see these people get up on the stage who I remember as young 20-year-olds, very raw. We had a picture of Craig that showed you what they looked like. And now, mature academic scholars that are leading a global collaboration. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you very much.
I would like to now welcome the Honourable Stephen Wade, Minister for Health and Wellbeing. Thank you for joining us this evening and for saying a few words. Please make him welcome.
Good evening. I would like to acknowledge Emeritus Professor Hon Pearson, JBI founder, Professor Zoe Jordan, JBI Director, Professor Tracy Merlin, and Professor Andrew Zanatino. Ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge that the land we meet on today is the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It is a real pleasure to be with you tonight to mark the 25th anniversary of JBI. In the midst of a global pandemic, there is no better time to recognise and celebrate the value of evidence-based healthcare. For building the evidence base does not just happen. It's the result of decades of hard work by clinicians, researchers, and by engagement with people with lived experience. The Premier highlighted the importance of clinical research when he commissioned the South Australian Productivity Commission to report on the development of health and medical research in South Australia. As recommended by the Commission, the government is developing a research strategy, the first of its kind in South Australia for some years. We are committed to high quality research, to fostering more collaborative work, and to delivering improved health outcomes. In that quest, it's great to celebrate JBI's record in delivering improved healthcare practice for the last 25 years through evidence-based and a collaborative approach. Established in 1996 as a partnership between the Royal Adelaide Hospital and the University of Adelaide, JBI continues to demonstrate the benefits of the strong partnership between the university and the Department of Health and Wellbeing. Given the initial nursing-oriented focus of JBI, it's apt to note that JBI continues to recognise and honour the first matron of the Royal Adelaide Hospital. Even now, when JBI has grown to be a multidisciplinary global organisation, it is great to remember our roots. The desire to understand the information that is guiding decisions about public health is a global challenge. JBI's reach is global. The institutions that provide health and medical research advice to the world are under increasing scrutiny, and this is likely to continue for some time. It's through organisations with established reputations for reliability, such as the JBI, which have consistently delivered evidence-based information, education and training, that the community can be assured that they are getting the best possible healthcare. So on behalf of the people of South Australia, and in fact for people around the world who have been impacted by the work of the JBI, please join me in congratulating Professor Hon Pearson and his team for establishing the JBI, Professor Zoe Jordan for continuing that work, and wishing all involved even greater success in the next 25 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Our final speech this evening is to be given by Professor Tracy Merlin, who is speaking on behalf of the university. Tracy is the interim head of the School of Public Health, where we are housed. Thank you.
So to the Honourable Minister Wade, Emeritus Professor Pearson and fellow guests, I would first like to congratulate Zoe and the leadership team and all the JBI staff, past and present, on 25 successful years of conducting evidence-based research on a global stage and translating it into clinical practice. I'm very fortunate that JBI has been doing this work within the School of Public Health for the last 7 years. It reflects very well on our school and on the Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences, so it's a little bit selfish. When I was thinking about this speech, I started finding myself making mental comparisons with another 25-year-old of my acquaintance. That's my daughter, Caitlin. And she turned 25 in July. And on the face of it, there are a number of surprising parallels between both 25-year-olds. Caitlin lives at home, but is very independent. She's doing her PhD in history, and so her studies are all about searching for evidence and synthesising it. She's super keen to make connections overseas, particularly New York, to collect data and collaborate with like-minded people. She believes fiercely in equal opportunities for all, irrespective of education, race or gender. She also loves Broadway musicals and believes that theatre and art can change the world. Now, you might think that's a bit of a challenge or stretch to move it to JBI, but JBI is equally highly independent and intent on charting its own course. JBI staff are on a never-ending quest in the search for evidence, and I can sympathise because I do that, and to synthesise it in a way that clinicians can easily understand. JBI are keen to meet and share knowledge with like-minded people. and their educational programs promote equal opportunities for all in the application of evidence, irrespective of education, race or gender. I don't know whether the staff like Broadway musicals, but JBI are certainly confident that their research and collaborations can change the world. In fact, JBI's vision is for better evidence, better outcomes and a brighter future. So, like a bemused parent, the university is sometimes surprised by what JBI has been doing in various corners of the globe, as well as right here at home. But we are always very proud of what has and continues to be achieved by this team of very committed people. The achievements of JBI over 25 years have been significant, and perhaps as someone who also does evidence synthesis, I probably have a better idea than most about just what impact you have had. JBI produces a range of tools and resources to support evidence-based practice. They also actively build capacity in critical appraisal and evidence synthesis around the globe as part of their teaching program, particularly in low to middle income countries. And this capacity building is something that we're really proud of. So, what's in store for JBI after hitting the 25-year milestone? Well, if we continue the analogy of my daughter, what she had to look forward to was the fact that her insurance company no longer felt she was a risk to other drivers, and so her car insurance premium dropped. She's a safe driver, but I do tell her that taking other types of risks is really important, and the only way to grow is to challenge yourself and to lean into discomfort. I think the JBI leadership is well aware of the need to take manageable risks in order to further grow and flourish. JBI has restructured and reshaped itself many times over the years and always seems to navigate bumps and surprises with both strength and surety. I'm confident that JBI will continue to go from strength to strength over the next 25 years and will leave an indelible mark on the field of evidence synthesis and knowledge translation. But more importantly, it will continue to inform evidence-based practice and ultimately improve the health of society. So thank you.